everyone, a very warm welcome to you. Glad to see you once again. My name is Nick, we're on the ZX Spectrum, and we're looking at a vertical scrolling shooter called Black Hawk, created by Creative Sparks in 1984. Also come out on the Commodore 64 as well. Quite interested to see how this one plays. It's a bit unusual in that it flicks between two styles of play. One where you're a fighter jet plane, another one it flicks to you're like bombing as well. Now if I don't do very well, I will put a poke on for infinite lives. We're approaching the enemy coastline now. Here's the first bit. You'll see we're aiming this crosshair in cannons and it flicks to this fighter. Avoid getting shot by stuff, and yes, I got shot quite quickly, so some goes when you're new to this will be quite brief, as this one. It's a bit of a weird one, and I'm losing lives in milliseconds here. 1 life left. Rookie mission 1. Can I survive at least 10 seconds? Well, right, okay. So I don't know why it flicks between the two so quickly, but it means you have to keep your wits about you. Game over already. Right, now, I'll have one other go without the poke on to see if I can get to grips with this, but then I'll put infinite lives on so hopefully I can show you at least a bit of the game. So, first impressions, ridiculously difficult. Now, if you had this one back in the day, let me know. Let's see if we can blow up. See, look, I didn't even get time to aim that one. What's going on, Mavis? Apologies if your name isn't Mavis. That seems like the most appropriate name to scream. Right, boom. That's one done. We'll let that one fly past. Avoid these missiles. Now, these missiles move very, very fast indeed, so you have to shoot them out the air. Great. Now, approaching the enemy coastline. Will I complete mission 1? Well, it's quite doubtful. It scrolls brilliantly. Now look at the smoothness of that scrolling when it next comes up. There we go. It's not flickering at all. The scoreboard is though. Interesting. Take out all the ground turrets, take out those red tanks, and then you're looking good. Get to a certain distance and then it should say stage over or something like that. Now the sound is as expected using the 48K blipper chippy thing. Take out these radar dishes, they aren't firing at you, but essentially destroy ground implements and avoid getting hit. I would have liked the stages between the flicking between the two to be a bit longer because it is a little bit disorientating. It is programmed well, it flicks between the two quite quickly without any stuttering, but you know, it's just confusing and gives me a little bit of a headache. Right, now we're doing quite good this time. We're zipping through. We don't need to take out those factories, whatever they're producing. They've got big long chimneys. Maybe they're, I don't know, a chocolate factory perhaps, or some other enemy alien thing. But they're not aliens this time. They're some sort of Earth enemy with lots of radar dishes. Don't know why we've got a test tube down the bottom as a ship for the gunning thing. Perhaps it means we're aiming a cannon. Don't seem like you can get killed in this sort of like section of the game. It's a little bit unusual. But watch it when you flick to the fighter. That means you have to take out some enemy waves. Right, now this is getting better because we've stayed on this stage for quite a bit now. Getting my eye in to just aim the crosshairs, release the fire button and blow up all the ground implements. I'm not quite sure how many stages this one has. It's okay, but a little bit frustrating to play, I'm finding. Would I have come back to this one as a kid? Well, I think I would have done because it is a little bit different to any other shooter I've come across. It's unique in the way it flicks between these two styles of play. But in either one, the scrolling is fantastic. No colour clash that I can make out. I like the explosions and I like the sound of the explosions, but altogether as a game so far, it's not terrible, but it's not sensationally brilliant either. Right, looks like we're coming to the end of the stage maybe, because we've got past this landmass, unless there's some sort of like sea stage to negotiate as well. Hopefully there isn't. Boo. Oops. Why are we back on the land? 1 life left. On target, 0%. That means I'm quite good, I think. Oh, man. Right. Oh, that's no good. Game over. Right, I think I will put a cheat on now for infinite lives. Ideally, to show you a bit more of the game, I wanted a cheat for, or poke as you will, for immunity, but that's not available. The best you can do is lives. So 1984, I don't know what the Commodore 64 version is like. Could be good music here. If I've got time at the end, I'll let it run so you can hear a bit more of this music. Boom, boom, boom. Take that, you free helicopters. Get to the chopper, and etc, etc. Right, now, let's get to that. Looks like this landmass is randomising each time in shape. So it's not necessarily the same country. There's some trees there. I think they're immune from explosions. They're quite robust trees. We know what we're doing this time. Those tanks are minding their own business. They've got no chance of taking me, I don't think. Cool, that's a close one. We zip through the skies and we're obliterated again. No ejector seat here. I'm guessing this game, once you get used to it, you can progress quite far quickly. There might be some styles of play that makes it better, but you can't go up and down the screen, which is a bit of a shame. Most vertical shooters you could do, you can just go left and right, which makes the gameplay a little bit limited. I would like to go up and down the screen like a conventional shooter, but hats off then, this thing does its own thing. Black Hawk, live, still free, which means the poke is working. Approaching that enemy coastline. We don't know who the enemy are. Oh man, 2 missiles, that's just not fair. Maybe they're trying to teach me a lesson for putting a poke in the first place. Those scumbags. Right. That's about as rude as it gets on this channel. So if you're watching this with your kids, introducing them to retro gaming, you'll know no matter what video you watch on the channel, there will be no swearing at all. Because if I do swear, I'll edit it out in the edit, which I very rarely have to do because I'm not a sweary person. There we go. Unless I hit my thumb with a hammer, then I might say darn it or something, but hopefully not. Right. Get this target on anything we want to hit. Right. 3 tanks coming at us. The Red Brigade. There's one gone. I don't know why they signed up for tank duty today, because it's game over for them. I mean, this is like shooting fish in a barrel. This bit, the aircraft bit, is incredibly difficult. This bit is incredibly easy. Would have liked some parity there. Probably made them both medium or something. It's a little bit disjointed, this. But, you know, they've tried to make it unique, and for that I give it a little bit of kudos. But I don't think it would have won too many awards. I'm talking to colour clash. Looks like there's a bit of colour clash when that crosshairs go over the target sometimes, but you can let that go. That's not serious. Doesn't get in the way of what you're doing. The writers might even describe that as a feature, maybe, so you know what you're locking onto. Hideous missiles. Hideous, hideous, hideous. This is what shooting is all about, possibly. 1, 2, 3. Shake your body down. That song's not available in this game. Now, we're approaching the random coastline again. If you recognise what country it is, let me know. Does it look like the coast of England? I don't know. I can't see any white cliffs of Dover there. Kaboom! I'll be interested to see if I get off this to see what stage 2 looks like. Is it any different, or is it just the same thing with well, more chimneys and stuff? Let me through. Yeah, I don't know the reason for that test tube thing at the bottom and then the fighter plane. It's very, very weird. Lives free. Yes, is it giving me a save point each time? It's not giving me. I don't think it's giving me a save point. So infinite lives is not doing me much good because it's starting me back from almost the beginning each time. Looks like you have to do it all in one. Curses darn blast it. Might turn the poke off at some point then. This isn't a walkthrough completely of the whole game, which you probably noticed already. If you've watched the channel for quite some time, you know Nick gameplay is pretty average at best, unless I'm playing a game I played loads back in my childhood, like a Stunt Car Racer or the original Manic Miner. There are games, we've all got them, haven't we? There's games where we can sort of like do no wrong, and we're playing it over and over again. A game I picked up again quite recently is on my ancient iPhone 4, Temple Run 2. I don't know if you play that, where you just run and run and run as far as you can, collecting coins and items and stuff, and they try and trick you with microtransactions, which you should never do. But it's a microtransaction world with a lot of games. That's what I like about the innocence of the ZX Spectrum and the 8-bit era. What you got on the tape was the game. It never changed. There was never any upgrades to download before you can get in. There's never any microtransactions for different crafts and ships and stages, and that's what I like. So your experience was the same as everyone else's experience who owned the game. Good stuff. So there's a lot to be said for retro gaming. It's no hassle, it's no stress, and you're there. You're not wearing a headset where someone's insulting all your relations and all that sort of stuff. Doesn't happen in Black Hawk. At least I don't think so. Black Hawk Online I don't think would work. Will we get off stage 1? I'm digressing again, as I do with a lot of these, but anyway, who cares? It's all about forums and having fun and sitting back and just saying what comes to mind, essentially. Right, 1 helicopter down. A lot of 8-bit helicopter pilots have died today as we fire these exclamation marks. But they was all bad people. Don't worry about them. They were all naughty people. Very naughty. Now, yes. Come on. If you've got an unusual fighter I haven't covered yet on the channel on the ZX Spectrum, then let me know about it and I'll certainly add it to the list to possibly cover. We've covered quite a few, probably most of the best ones now, but I do like looking at these weirdo ones. Occasionally I come up to one that I think is a lot better than I thought it was going to be. One case in point a little while ago was Master Blaster, which was a cover tape game, which come a bit late in the day in the Spectrum run, but for a cover tape game that was quite awesome. A lot better than this, I would say. But this one is interesting. It's one of the ones that might inspired a few programmers back in the day, because they would have seen this and thought, hang on a minute, I might have a go at programming this. I have a go, and then some people... That's what it all was about, because there were so many games back then. It did inspire people, and the homebrew scene on the Spectrum was quite big, as it is again now. It's probably bigger now than it was back in the day. Hooray! Lots of hoorays. You can't beat a good hooray. Now, I won't make this go on forever. I just want to get off stage 1, but, you know, there are limits. If it gets to about 2 hours and I still haven't got level 1, I think we've pretty much seen all of how this game plays. So plus points, it scrolls really well. It's unique and it gives you two styles of play, flicking between one and the other, but you could say that was a disadvantage because it makes it a little bit weird. It's, yeah, the instructions are quite easy to follow. It's quite basic in that regard, but if you get good at it, it could get boring real fast. It doesn't move at a great lick. The ship can't go up and down the screen, and it leaves me wanting a little bit more, unless there's a lot more on offer on stage 2, which I presume, I'm guessing, I might be wrong, I'm guessing there won't be too much variance as this game goes on. Is there going to be an end of level boss? Well, we'll soon find out, but my thoughts are no. 80s games tend to be a little bit basic, especially the early 80s ones. But as I say, the best thing of this is the scrolling. They've done an excellent job there. So that's what we can take from this. Great stuff. Now, please be the end of this stage. I don't want to start all over again. Right, that missile's no... Right, oh no, we're still in the land base. Well, the cannon's out at sea, for some reason. Maybe we're controlling 2 entities here. Oh, that was close as well. Right on the nose of my aircraft. I feel the need for speed, and I hope that bird outside my window shuts up, because I don't want his voice or her voice actually on this commentary, because they'll probably ask for a credit or something, or as YouTube's going now, the bird will claim it as a copyright, their voice. On target, 20%. Oh, that's it, we completed the stage, did we? Well, there we go. Boof. Let's see how we get on stage 2. It looks very similar. It's exactly the same. I'm ripped off. Maybe it changes from stage 8. Yeah. Anyway, so you just last as long as you possibly can. It is like I suppose an app, and it's game over again. Well, I hope you liked having a look at that one. It was overall, it's a little bit bland, to be honest, isn't it? Anyway, that was Black Hawk on the ZX Spectrum, published by Creative Sparks in 1984. Hope you liked having a look about that one. If you've got any comments about the game, then by all means put your thoughts below. A big thank you to everyone that's subscribed to the channel so far, helping it grow. It's a massive help. Until next time, take great care of yourself and a very fond good music. Goodbye.
Goodbye.